I don't know what this is going to open up for us. My name's Alex. This is my reality. I'm an arborist, a certified arborist. I cut trees for a living. That's what I do. Just because I cut trees down doesn't mean I'm doing anything wrong. There's a duality to it. These trees cause problems for people, and they created risk that was unacceptable for my customers. Look at these little red oaks popping up. These are southern red oaks. So in every instance, when something goes away, it creates opportunities for new things to arise. The world's a duality. My world has always been a duality. I married my wife. She, her family hates snakes. I love snakes since a young age. Hate snakes. No snake's a good snake. Only a dead snake's a good snake. There's only two types of snakes, cobras and rattlesnakes. If they running away and they put their head up, they're a cobra. And if they say and rattle their tail and try to defend themselves, then they're a rattlesnake. They're both bad. And it's really sad. It really is. This nursery right here is something that I put a lot of time and effort into. Not as much time as I do into my career, but the reason I love this nursery so much is because 90% of these plants were rescues. And I mean that. This palm tree, they wanted it removed. I said, let me replant it. Those palm trees, they wanted them removed. Let me replant them. The exception probably being these 5 trees that I did as barter for some stump grinding work. I was able to acquire these 5 trees as barter, which was nice. These cypress trees, we're in an area that floods, and there's no juvenile cypresses that make it past 2 or 3 years. So I pulled a few out. You've seen my videos with the cypress biome. If you look in that video, you'll see there's really no young cypress trees. That's because it floods too often and they don't make it. So in the events where it's really dry and they do make it, you'll get a few that make it, but the young ones just don't make it. These are going to make it. Amaryllis in a driving path where we're taking trees down. Fig trees where we had to prune a fig to get it out of the driving path of our shop or our warehouse here. Planted the stems, generated roots, got fig trees. All these are areas that were unmowed, unmaintained, that would have eventually been mowed and maintained. Podocarpuses were rescued. Only a small percentage actually made it. All those were in the trash. Those beautiful canna lilies, and those are turmeric. These literally were in somebody's trash can. These are taros. That was literally in somebody's trash can. And it didn't even have any growth on it except for one tiny green stem. I took it, and now I got a cool, unique, oriental looking plant. And not everything's gonna make it. That cedar tree didn't make it. These American elms I was excited for are almost gone, but they look like they might make it. There's a small chance there. Some elderberries. These are some more of the same ball cypresses. Now, some of these aren't rescues. They're just me capitalizing on the opportunity to get plants. But these are the same plants I showed you at the beginning of the video in the wood yard area where we started. And these are southern red oaks. The southern red oaks are extremely essential habitat for birds, squirrels, raccoons, 5-line skinks, redhead skinks, blue-tailed skinks, woodpeckers, some burrowing owls, and owls in general, because they create cavities. They get cavities, and cavities are nesting sites for those animals. Southern red oaks aren't the most long-lived, but no nursery sells them. They sell shoemart oak, live oak. They even sell swamp chestnut and bluff oak sometimes, but no great southern red oak. The southern red oak, the great southern red oak. So I'm gonna start that. These are peach trees. The parent peach had to go. It was in the area where our foundation for our slab was going to have to be poured so we could have our warehouse to maintain our tree equipment. And these seedlings popped up, and I said, let me get those. Well, I mean, they're mine. My dad owns the company, and I wanted to do everything I can to make it as good a company as possible. And then all these, I mean, I don't know how many this is, but every one of these is a purple leaf peach tree that grew from seed. Every fucking one of these. Alabuki viburnum from cutting. So I guess there's a few points that can be made, and I'll make it quick. Do something, first of all. But you do whatever you want. But My point was that I didn't take any resources. All these pots were found or given to me for free or recycled from other projects or purposes. You can find pots on the side of the road in people's recycle bins. If you just hit recycle day, you'll see them all over the place. They're everywhere. They're free. You don't even need pots. You can plant trees in the ground, guys. If you have ground. If you don't have ground, talk to people, meet people. You can plant trees, plant flowers. Pollinators love it. That's the first point. And the second point I want to make is that these opportunities, you don't really know what they are until they bloom. And that happens with plants. I don't know what this is going to open up for us in our company. But this last year, I planted more plants than I've ever planted. So when I started the video and I showed you the wood yard, I wanted to end the video by showing you the future. What is coming? There's always going to be something new. This isn't anything. Like, this is a tiny nursery. When I sell plants, I go to real nurseries where they sell nothing but plants. And they ask me about tree work because that's the duality that they have. They're good at growing plants, but when it comes time to be the executioner or the person that takes them out, they're not that person. I'm that person, and I want to be good at selling plants. So I want this to be a balanced duality because dualities are balanced. And even though some trees are a risk, it doesn't mean a dead tree is completely a risk. We have several habitat snags on the property, and I'll throw in a video of a woodpecker to show you why those are important. But I mean, literally, every opportunity I get to leave a habitat snag that's not threatening anything, I will do that because it's essential habitat. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting my channel. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Job. So today we have our guest here, RJ. Now RJ, he had a run-in with a vine because he was cutting and standing over when he was cutting. So it spruced up and hit him in the face.
Area vine, dog.
Yeah, it was a big old brown motherfucker like
vine.
this, and it had a hook on the end of it.
Yeah, it
That bitch
great
said, it looked like
dog.
a fist, dog. It looked like a fist like this. That bitch said, bam, I don't know what the fuck.
Really high.